I guess my idea of happiness would be a good book, a summer day. There is a line in the book A Tree Grows in Brooklyn in which the main character has a book and a bowl of peppermints, and she's sitting out on her fire escape. And there's some line like, "There's no happiness like a girl with a fine book," or something like that. And I always really related to that quote. So I really enjoy reading. That again ties into my idea of happiness. But also I really enjoy being active, so it's kind of a weird dichotomy. I can sit for hours with a book and just be undisturbed and not even notice the time is going by. But the rest of the time I really want to be doing something. Sports, games, traveling, being with people. A beach vacation is not my idea of a good time unless there's scuba diving involved. I like to be active. I think people would say that I am very talkative. I tend also to be pretty bossy in a lot of situations and can be competitive. I'm a nightmare to play board games with. I like to win, and I like the rules to be the way I interpret them and that sort of thing. So yeah, I think a lot of people who know me would comment on that if asked. In high school, my school had a really strong English department. And so Mr. Pascone and Ms. Capatizzi were two of my favorites. But I think they both followed in a trend of teachers who were really impassioned about their subjects. So I always responded really well to teachers who showed how much they cared and believed in what they were teaching. So even though science was not my strongest subject in high school, my senior year, I had a teacher named Mr. Young who was so amazing and loved what he was doing so much that it was just impossible not to be sort of infected by his enthusiasm and really feel strongly about it as well. And as a result, I actually, loved that class and did really well in it. You never wake up in the morning and think, oh God, not another day. You know, I know plenty of people who don't like going to their jobs every day. They do it because they're making money or because they're looking for the prestige or the promotion or whatever it is, but what they're actually spending their days doing, it doesn't bring them any happiness. And I mean, when you teach, you get to laugh a lot. I mean, it's not perfect. Obviously, there are frustrating things or reports to write again, but most of the time, you're having a really good time. I'm sure, I know I'm not the first person to say my parents, but definitely my parents. Actually, relating right back to what I said about teaching, one of the things they instilled in my sister and me at a very young age and continued to emphasize was that you should love what you do for a living. They both loved their jobs and found great joy in them. And they made it clear that if you like what you do, you won't really ever work. And so that was, in addition to emphasizing the importance of family, I think that was the most important thing that they believed in, that your job should be something that brings you happiness. I'm a learn by doer. I like to tinker. I like to get in something and try to figure it out. I like the process of taking something from like an intellectual understanding of a concept to the actual application part. But until I do the application myself, there's no way I'll really understand it. So, and I tend to be a pretty independent learner. I was never a group project sort of girl. Read good books and spend time with the people you care about.